Good afternoon to all. I welcome all the participants for our fourth day faculty development program on research, article writing and publishing. My great pleasure to welcome our guest of honor, Dr. Martin Sagayam sir, Assistant Professor, Department of Electronics, Karunya Institute of Technology and Science, Coimbatore, handling the session on minimizing plagiarism. I now invite Mrs. V. Bhagilakshmi ma'am, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Application, to welcome the gathering and to introduce our today's resource person. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Good afternoon to all. First of all, I thank our management for giving constant support and motivating us to conduct this faculty development program. It is a great pleasure to welcome our beloved principal, Madam Dr. R. Premalata, head of the department, and faculty members from various colleges for fourth day FDP program on research, article writing, and publishing. Very special welcome and thanks to our resource person, Dr. M. Martin Sagayam, Assistant Professor, Department of ECE, Karunya Institute of Technology and Science, who accepted our invitation for today's FTP on minimizing plagiarism. Dr. M. Martin Sagayam has about 10 years of experience in teaching and 7 years of experience in research. He has vast experience and interested in signal processing, image processing, artificial intelligence, augmented reality, and pattern recognition. He has published more than 39 international journals, 24 international conferences, and 7 national conferences. He also published many books, book chapters, book series, and editing the books also. He has 3 Indian patent publications and 3 Australian publications also. He was a member of IEEE, SCRC, ISPCE, IACSIT, and IAENG. He attended more than 50 seminars, workshops, and faculty development programs in his field. He was awarded for the Best Outgoing Student Award, Best Student Award in NSS, Appreciation for Co-Convener for Minecraft 2017, and Program Coordinator during 2016 and 17. Once again, I welcome you, sir. Now the session is yours, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am, for a brief introduction about myself. First of all, I will thank Dr. Umadevi, ma'am, for giving opportunity to have this wonderful seminar in this occasion. And also, I am happy to have all professors in this team. So I am also one of the teaching faculty. So it is be casual while the presentation going. Also, you can interrupt and you can ask any doubt is there. So shall I share my screen now?
Yes, sir. You could start presenting your screen.
Yes. Yes. So I hope my screen is visible. Is visible, ma'am?
It's visible, sir. Yes, sir. It's visible.
So I'm happy to have this session on minimizing plagiarism in this occasion for in this 5-day international FDP on research, article writing and publishing at Sri Jayendra, Saraswathy, Maha, Vidyalaya College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore. So once again, I will thank with Dr. Umadevi ma'am for inviting me to have the presentation in this topic. So I will share my experience across 7 years of research experience, how to minimize the plagiarism. So as academicians and industrialists, everyone we have to maintain the plagiarism. So I think no need of my introduction myself, since organizers has been briefed about myself. I will directly go with the outline of my presentation, that is avoiding the plagiarism. So first, I am going to discuss on basic definitions of plagiarism, then different types of the plagiarism. According to Indian Plagiarism Act, what all the plagiarism acts are there, and as an academician, we should be very aware. So whenever we are taking any content from internet, we have to be acknowledge that about that content. So otherwise, it is sometimes it is problem for us. So I will brief on Indian Plagiarism Act also, and after that we going with some significance of the plagiarisms and what will be the consequence if plagiarism comes. So we have to be very cautious on the plagiarism in our article or else in thesis or else in conference paper or journal paper. And I will go with some use cases of plagiarism report with the minimal and the moderate and the maximum. So how come we can reduce? At last, I will conclude with this topic. Okay. So you can guess this animation, that is a small picture I have given. Two persons are talking. Okay, you can see the two persons are talking. So that is comment is also given. Copying without permission is stealing. Okay, this is also stealing. So the person who steals an idea is called as a thief. Okay, but it is not that much offensive like how the person is killing other person. But the thing, it is as per the act, Indian Act, the plagiarism is the one of the scenario. We have to be very loyal and we have to be professionalism should be maintained. Okay, so see this case. Actually, the what is the thing is been going on means a person is talking with. Actually, I will tell the story, small story. A person is talking in one stage, and other person have an argument that why you have steal my idea and with the same content you have talked in other way. So that is the scenario. I'm not played this video, but in this video, a small scenario will be there. One person is talking in before to the audience, the same content he copied, and he talking in some other way. So that's the what this scenario has been going. So at last, he telling that you are a thief. So this is the one this video, but I have not played this video. This is an image I have given. So through this scenario, I will give. I'm not still telling what is the definition of the plagiarism. So this is one statistical report I have taken from some different research article from arts and science, engineering, and sciences. From those things, I have taken this thing. You can see some different types of errors are there, like honesty error, authorship issues, plagiarisms, and data issues. So these are the subsets of the plagiarisms. So honesty error, you can see honesty error is depends on some was not reproducible, experimental error, and a theoretical error. So due to this, some errors has been interpreted in our paper, or research paper, or else in our report, or else in our conference paper, etc., etc. And also you can see authorship issues. Sometimes what happens is that one person or two person is dedicated in the experiment, but when they are submitting to the paper, they're having some more than 5 authors or 10 authors. So whoever they know or whoever to convince them, so they will include as an author. So that is called as unclear authorship. And sometime our friend will be working in one next college due to some opportunity he will went to for other college. So we don't know where he is working. So we include his name, but unknowingly we are putting some ex-college name itself. Some affiliation error will be there. And thirdly, missing authors. Okay, sometime in our group, 3 persons are dedicatedly work in that research, but due to some scenario, we will miss any one of the author, and at last, the lack of authorization. So if these 4 things, if we not maintain, this also comes as a authorship. This is also a subset of the plagiarism. A majority case in all domains. science and technology, engineering and technology, in all platform, the plagiarism will be comes under that. There are three category of plagiarism. One is the duplicate publications, self-plagiarisms, and thirdly, plagiarism of other authors. So I will tell detail about these three, since we are mainly focused on this plagiarism. Duplicate plagiarism. What is duplicate plagiarism? So some person will take the paper exactly from internet, and they will change the name. Nothing they will do. They won't do the plagiarism inside. Just like that, they will remove the names and they will put their names. So that is called as the duplicate plagiarism. Self-plagiarism. What is self-plagiarism is that the person who doing the research, sometime in unknowingly what they do means their paper should be self-cited in the same paper, and also the same paper will be work again and again by putting small changes. That is also self-plagiarism, but self-plagiarism will not comes under any ethical issue, but we have to be warned in this case also. And nextly called as the plagiarism with other authors. In other authors' work, suppose some person is working in some engineering, civil engineering department. So he work on with some construction domain, and he publishing paper on that construction domain. Okay, so the author what do means in same construction domain, what he doing, the same concept he will take, only the small changes alone do, and he will publish with his research. So this is called as the plagiarism of the other authors. So these three are very, very important, but in that the two are very most important, that is called as duplicate publication, and secondly called as the plagiarism of other author. So where the self-plagiarism will not induces any effect to us, but we have to be serious on the self-plagiarism also. And come to the next one called as the data issues. So when the data issues will come means, before going to the experimentation and after completing our paper, at that time the data issues will come. Suppose I'm working on with image processing projects. So the first step is the database collection. So without the database collection, I cannot proceed. So when I will search with the data repository, so already for the data repository, some copyrights has been taken. So we have to be legally approached to that login, and we have to be properly certified that we also use that data repository for our research. Okay, so this is nothing but your data issues. In that you can see some problematic data, falsified data, and data ownership disclosures. So what is meant by a problematic data? So problematic data is nothing but a data which we are using from the data repository again and again, but sometimes some complex data also we can take for our project, and sometime the newly data will be added into the repository that we cannot know. Okay, whenever we are doing the research, what we do means after data collection we will stop finding the data collection. So we will go to the next step. So in each year, even if that is in first year, that is suppose I'm starting research in 2015, until ending of my research, I have to go to the website and I have to see the updates on the data. So in that any falsified data is there or any other new things has been there. So any other new owners are joined in that data. So we have to be properly get agreement from that data repository, and we have to approach on that. So according to Kent Conrad from US Senator on September 29, 2004, he telling that that is accessing data from computer through the internet, so has become a basic need for education in our society. Suppose I am taking one subject like antennas and the wave propagation. So in that, many authors has been published in the book. Okay, so that is, I not name any author of the textbook. So suppose some ex-author of that book is published in that same area, many people are publishing. So then, what is the weightage of that book, and what is the merit go to that author also? Okay, so it is a very question mark since nowadays, even in this pandemic, many people will not touching with the textbook. So we will go with the e-textbook, and then we always look on with the laptops, desktops, and the mobile phone. We are surfing directly. If we put in Google, all contents are coming. Okay, it is all are junk items, but we don't know that which is the that is a good item or bad item. Okay, so that means what? In a textbook, if you refer one content, that content will be repeatedly, even if Kirchhoff's law. I will, as electronic engineer, I will talk about Kirchhoff's law. How many of them know or not? I don't know. So the incoming current is equal to the outgoing. This is the standard statement. This statement will be replica or duplicate in all the textbook, maybe in some other different wordings. Okay, so just cut and copy, cut and paste on the text. Okay, so this is possible. So, so from this basic content, I like to tell about what is the definition of the plagiarism. Okay, what is the definition of the plagiarism? Sorry. So first you can see that copying or buying a paper. Okay. Some people will do copying or buying a paper and recycling one of your paper from another class, and using information, ideas, words, passages from another source without acknowledging the source. So you can see animated picture. So just we are putting Control C and Control V. So maybe the third party is also watching on. So we think that the system is very secure. So the third person is watching. So we have to be very cautious. Okay. So the three important thing we have to be recollect for the definition for plagiarism. So one is copying or buying a paper, or recycling one of your paper from another class, using information from another source without acknowledging. So whenever we are taking any paper as a base concept, we have to be acknowledged in our paper. So mostly we will forget this thing. We not acknowledge that person in the reference. So that should be do in our paper. And the second, we can also deliberately tell in other form also plagiarism, paraphrasing that is too close to the original. That is called as a patch writing. Some person, what they do means they will take the paper and they will understand what they have written, and they will rewrite that paper without a plagiarism. Okay, this is also a possible, but the idea is some others, but they are paraphrasing. So that is also a ethical issue. Sometimes the same paper is published in some X journal. The original author who published in some other journal, if we check in online, he definitely wonder about it, and if he very wonder, and if we very get tense, it may leads to some other extension. We have to be serious on this case. Okay, so and also whenever we are copying and pasting online source into your paper, we have to be very cautious that it should be rewritten. So just like that, we should not put all the words, since that content should be taken a copyright from the authorities. So uh, we have to be very cautious. So one thing I have to share, this is You may read a newspaper day to day. We are getting a plagiarisms related thing has been coming. So this thing I have to share, since all are from the academicians. I have to share this thing. Um, Actually, this is the case held at the Delhi. Okay, so it is published in the year 2019 August. A principal view this plagiarism of the student. Okay, when he guiding something, he is also the author. Okay, he is also the author in that paper. The student did something. So due to his busy schedule, he not checking anything. Okay, so we academicians we have to be uh, we giving all works to the students or research scholars or part-time research scholars. Okay, so we have to be authorized as a research guide or research supervisor. We have to be very cautious. We have to take time, and we have to at least do once plagiarism in presence of them, and we have to be finalized, and after that only we have to be communicate. Or once it will be enter into the online, it will be definitely a problem to everyone. So another case, another application, day to day we are seeing TikTok. In TikTok, many that is already existing musics or songs or videos, the person will be mimic on it, and then they will do a TikTok. Okay, this is also one type of plagiarism, but it is for the social media we are looking on, but that is not that much effect or offense. Okay, so but we should not criticize to the society. So without criticism, if we make that TikTok as a um, what enjoyment or something like a jovial moment or sportive, we can take it, then it will be go like that. So what only at one stage the TikTok has been banned. Okay, so this is also one of the reason. Plagiarism is one of the reason. The plagiarism is not only for the research article, textbook, thesis writing, etc., etc. It is also comes for the social media. So come to detail about the plagiarism. Okay, so let me go detail about the plagiarism. So in between, I think all are from the academicians. If you have some interactions also, it is fine. Okay, you can interrupt during my presentation also. It is not a problem. So there are different forms of the plagiarisms. So the first type called as the potluck paper. Potluck paper is the writer use different sources and compile them to create a new article. Actually, only few sentences and paragraphs has been changed. So this is one of the most of the researchers we have to be well aware about the writing of the papers from different sources. So when we checking all the papers from the internet, so don't copy and paste it in our paper just like that. So without doing any experiment. So we have to be first experimentize our work, and we have to be logically know the what is the factors occur. So top to bottom, what we have did in that research, we have to be known, and that should be written in own. So that is legally good, or otherwise something it may be become offense. Okay. Secondly, called as the photocopy. What is meant by the photocopy? Some significant portions are taken exactly without making any alteration. So nothing they will do the alterating in that content. They will paste it in that research article or thesis, or else it may be in a conference paper, etc., etc. So that is called as the photocopy. Sometimes the photocopy work also become the plagiarism. The thirdly called as the self-stealer. What is self-stealer is that in his research itself, the same person taking same idea again and again, and he will replicate. Okay, he will replicate. In each year, you want to publish the paper or publish the video or publish the audio, anything else. He will take his own idea again and again, and he will express in a different approach, but the same content only. So that is called as the self-stealer. The last is the ghostwriter. So it is the exact copy of the work of another. All the words are copied, accrediting in his own name. So what is the ghostwriter is that? So when a person, person is taking the paper, so without his knowledge, removing his name and he pasting his own name. Other person name has been removed, other person has been published in the paper. He removed his author name and he will be placed. That is called as the ghostwriter. So this is the different form. Once again, I will repeat. The first type is called as the potluck paper. Second one is the photocopy. The third one is the self-stealer. And the fourth one is the ghostwriter. So we come with the different terms. Do plagiarism amount to be fraud or cheating? So definitely it is plagiarized content. It is a cheating one. So in this, I want to tell brief about the four different terms called as crime, fraud, cheating, and special rights. So these four terms are very essential, very important in plagiarisms. So let me go with the what is meant by the crime. So when we go with some ethics, proper professional ethics. So a person who have a proper ethics, what he will do means, even we take the other's idea, then we will acknowledge in that paper. Okay, we have to be acknowledged in that paper. So if we not acknowledge in the paper, it is an ethical issue. It becomes the crime. So we have to be the statement I would like to read. The copying of another ideas without giving credit to the actual owner of the idea is said to be a plagiarism. The plagiarism in normal sense considered as an unethical issue, but not a crime. If we come with the what is meant by fraud, as someone else work or idea are misrepresented as one's own work, so it amounts to be a fraud. Okay, so cheating. Okay, what is cheating is that when the um, act has become dishonestly, it shows in ingredient of cheating. Okay, and the special rights. So even on paper as a right, copyright. Okay, so even if we know, okay, so what we do means we will take a portion of that work and we will use it in our work without any credit to that person. So this is called as the violation of some rules and some policies in the plagiarism rules. So once again, I repeat, for the amount of the plagiarism, what we doing, the four terms you have to keep it in your mind. One is crime, fraud, cheating, and special rights. Next, we go with continue with real fact, intellectual property. So, what is intellectual property? So, as a civil engineer who constructs the building, so he has his own idea to build his home. Okay, some ex-engineer is there. He going to plan what he going to build. So, full picturized thing has been drawn with his team. If any one of the team member has been leaking the content to some other engineer, and he going to make the same building in some other place, this is also become a plagiarism. Okay, so this is what here in this slide has been given. I like to give this statement. This is very important statement. The plagiarism shows the stealing of another person's intellectual property, which includes an idea, invention, original work of authorship, words, slogans, designs, proprietary informations, etc. So these are the things we have to be very cautious while we preparing anything, not only a research article, not only uh, uh, video making or audio or creating cinema, whatever it may be. So everywhere the plagiarism is there. So if you see some movies are releasing nowadays, those movies are exist from the older movies. The same content what we, but the actor and the actress are different, but the content idea and all is the same. So this is also the plagiarism, but it is not that much offense, and they will get a permission to do the rework on it, a remake on it. So that is called as the research. So searching and again, and we doing a research for getting a research article, conference, thesis, book, movie, video, audio, etc., etc. So let me come with one slogan which is given by Bill Gates, can about the intellectual property theft. So it can be stealing with the web. So nowadays we are easily accessing the web and getting the information wherever we are. Correct. So this is the three way. One is stealing with the web. Next is stealing within the web. Next is the stealing from the web. So with the web, within the web, from the web. So we have even we are as academicians and industrialists, we are referring more from the internet. Okay, so we are referring from the internet without knowing any base idea. We could not able to do a research. Correct. That is called as the base paper as academicians or researchers, what we call as a base paper. So we will take some base papers and we will get through the base papers and we will read all the things and what is the materials methods they have used and what is the algorithm they have used in that work and how come they got the results. So these things we will collectively get in from the each literatures and we will compile it together and we have to make it in our own from those ideas. Okay, so those intellectual property will become unique to some experts. That means we have to get a copyright for that our work, for our work. Then only we also become a owner, ownership for our work, research work. Okay. So before going to this law concerned with the plagiarism, I want some interactions in your side. If you have up to the previous part, if you have any clarification, you can interact. I will give 1 or 2 minutes time. You can take your time and you can ask me some questions before going to law concerned with the plagiarism. Is it open to all? So I want some small interaction in our group.
So how much of percentage of plagiarism is allowed normally, sir? Say for example, introduction chapter and all, normally we have to follow whatever is being given on that topic. Is it not,
Yes,
sir?
yes, ma'am.
So to what extent or what percentage of plagiarism is allowed for each and every topic? Something
Yes,
of that sort is there, sir? Yes.
definitely. In introductory part, usually we will take from internet source and from the page papers only we will take. So collectively we have to read all our ideas and we have to make in our own words, but we have to acknowledge those papers into the reference. So then only that plagiarism should be minimized. So if we not acknowledge the some person's work in that, definitely it will be considered as the plagiarism. Sometime if that content is published in online, so the person who is reading the same content may get wonder about his work is published without any acknowledgement. So that one, that should be minimum, uh, minimum that is below 10% means it is good. And also in literature survey part, in our research article, there is some basic side heading survey like abstract of what we're going to propose in our paper, and we will write introduction. In introduction, we will write generally about what is that research. Followed by that, we will write some significance or motivation of the research. Then we will come with the related works or the literature survey. In literature survey, there is a more number of plagiarism will come, but we have to write all the sentences by our own. So every section should be maintained below 10%, and at last our full paper should be below 10%. Then only those papers will be considered in SCI or SCIE or Scopus index. So in Scopus they will go up to 15% below. So but in SCI or SCIE we have to go with below 10% is fine. I hope I have answered for your question, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So is there any other questions before going for the law concerned with the plagiarism? Okay. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am, for your question also. So I will move toward the next part in my slide called as law concerned with the plagiarism. As I told, the plagiarism is one of the ethical issue. One minute.
No.
Is it visible right now?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah, the law concerned with the plagiarism. So there is a two important act like section 57 and section 63A and 63. These two sections are deliberately used for the copyrights, especially for the plagiarism. The section 57 for Indian Copyright Act 1957 and the section 63 of Indian Copyright Act 1957. These two are more used in the law concerned with the plagiarism. So I will state this term and I will explain in brief. You can see the first two statement for the section 57.
So that you can read some implications. And our general
Ma'am, some other voice is also coming.
Yes, sir. Muted.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Let I state this first two act, section 57. I will read out these two terms. This very ethical law. The right or not to be a plagiarist is not recognized by any of the statute in India. But the section 57 of Indian Copyright 1957 gives the author the right to claim the authorship of their own or of their work among the other things. And secondly, you can see it can also grant to the authors the special right to be attributed for their work. It is a moral right and perpetual in nature. It should be recognized the right to attribution analogous to the right not to be plagiarized. Suppose a person is seeing that his work is published in some other's work, but they not acknowledge in that paper. So as per this act, he can put against him the case. So this thing is happening right now. Maybe 2 years back, one professor from Africa is lose his job and his affiliation due to this. Okay, we have to be very cautious since nowadays in that is in institutes, university, in colleges, all are telling to that is all are motivate to put the papers. Okay, so the paper is not a simple thing. We have to be work on it, even if it is a literature survey paper or work paper or some other comics, etc., etc. We have to be work on it. Then only we can know what is the idea behind that, and we can able to write in our own. So then only we can get a permission, and also we can get a grant. Okay, so nowadays we are going with the funding projects. So when we're going with the funding projects, they are looking on with our publications. So whether it is a standard publications or not, they are looking on. Whether in that idea we have already published the paper or not. This also they are looking on. So whether we are more eligible for that project or not is checking the funding agencies. Then after only you are sanctioning the amount. Okay, so this has been happened. Okay, so then we have to be strong in our research and whatever it is. Don't think that it should be only a paper writing. Nowadays, in all publishers, they are asking the graphical abstract or graphical abstract in video also. So when we creating those things also, we have to be follow ethical, and we have to when we giving one output, that should be have some uniqueness. That should be very important. So come to the second law, that is section 63 of Indian Copyright Act 1957. So I like to read this two statement. Is considered as an infringement, as a criminal offense, and award the same punishment for both. That is a violation of section 57 and the copyright infringement. The convicted infringer are awarded imprisonment that ranges between 6 months to 3 years under the section 63 of the Act. They are also compensate in monetary terms for the act of infringing. And it also same act stipulate an enhanced penalty for the second and subsequent convictions. So sometime it will be very serious. Okay, so since we are in this field, we not knowing in some other field. For example, when they are doing some production, they are copying from some other industry. The same protocol they may use, and they will manufacture and fabricate, and they will create a product, and they may release by getting a patent. But the idea and all some other one. So this and all frequently happens in abroad. Okay, but in Indian government also occurring. But whenever we are getting one idea or a protocol or some prototype model, then we have to go for some intellectual property, that is a patenting, and we have to get a ownership for our work or copyright. So in terms of research paper, we are telling as a copyright. So when we go with a patent, when we go with like some product or any other work, we are telling as a patent. Okay. So who will be liable for plagiarism? So who will be liable for plagiarism? The question itself very interesting. You can see one who claiming the copyright of the work is liable for plagiarism. So when we want a copyright, so if a person is very stubborn and he have full stuffness in this work, then only we can able to copyright. We will get a copyright of our work. So if not getting a copyright of our work, definitely some other person will copy it. So it have a chance. Okay, it have a chance. So it is open to all can take a on that idea or else methodology or materials. They may use that thing and they may do it. So the publisher has exemption clauses in the agreement with authors and say the view of the author only. In that case, the author is liable and the publisher can claim a immunity. So in other cases, both can be prosecuted. So these are the very, very important terms. So these are comes under the law. Okay, according to the section, as I told in previous slide about the different sections like section 57 and section 63, it is the mainly focused on the Indian Copyright Act. So, so other person also viewing our work. So we have to be very cautious on how many persons we will view our work, and it can be get plagiarized. So that should be very. We have to be in a protected side. Okay, the second statement is represent that only. It constitutes the false claim of authorship regardless of the material protected by the copyright. Okay, and also you can see the publisher is held liable in the case of copyright infringement. So whenever the copyrights are there, so we have to be get a third party agreement. So when you go for the book publications or else book series or conference, so we have to get a third party agreement form. So without going with a third party agreement form, so it should not be liable. So everything in a proposal stage, everyone will do as an organizer. Maybe each one of them maybe organize the conference in your institute, or else each of them maybe develop the book or book series in your name. Maybe you got to be the third party authorship agreement. So that is also very, very essential. Without getting any permission, we should not move that. Okay. So this Indian copyright form is elder to 1957 itself. So here the same content, it is a misconception that arises. Okay, so the two things we have to be focused. If the language used in any of the article is completely different from the original article, then it does not infringe the copyright of the original writer. So sometimes what it may, some paper may be in Urdu language. Maybe some person will take a translator that Urdu translator, and what content is there that can be translated in English or Hindi or else Tamil, etc., and they will get a credit of that paper. So this is also immorality against the research. So we should not violate the ethical policies, and also we have to be maintain the minimum plagiarism in our content. And secondly, you can see it is exclusive right to reproduce, adapt, to translate, and to publish, as I told before. So why means some original person may got the copyright or the self-plagiarism right. So we have to be note down all the things, the content which is published on the online. Okay, so let me go with the Indian Judiciary Act and the Plagiarism Act. I will read this statement. It is very interesting. It is published in the year 2015. The dramatic allegation of plagiarism was made on the divisional bench of Delhi High Court by the spicy IP blog on December 1st, 2015. The Delhi High Court plagiarized 33 paragraphs of his judgment in Roshi v. Kripa case from a law review article written by Shweta Sri Manjunath et al. In the Queen Mary Journal of Intellectual Property. So you can see they have clearly taken which textbook has been copied and who has been copied. So how many paragraphs they have stolen, everything they have clearly judged by the Delhi High Court. Okay, so we have to be very cautious since there are many cross-referencing tools are there. So we think that only a plagiarism tool is there. Apart from the plagiarism tool, nowadays many tools are there. So cross-referencing tools are there. So when the cross-referencing tools will be taken in your content, it will be offense and it will be considered to be cancel that textbook or else journal, etc. etc. So this is what nowadays in our educational industry we are using on. So I will read this red quotation, the color which I have stated. What will be happen to the education system of our country if the torchbearer who have academic responsibility on their soldier on indulge in the activity of plagiarism? So after this thing, after seeing this case, definitely it has been reduced right now, but still we have to be improvised and we should be maintain our plagiarism level. Okay. Deteriorating conditions of education system to the plagiarism. So now I talk with the two important things. One is UGC, University Grant Commission. Nowadays, University Grant Commission itself have a guidelines to maintain the plagiarism for all academicians in all engineering college, arts and science, uh, then then universities, etc., etc. So when they have their guidelines, so we have to be follow it. So one case occurred in Puducherry University, I will tell. I will read out the statement. Puducherry University has taken strict measures against the plagiarism and dismissed the faculty member guilty of plagiarism. All these incidents are very unfortunate and disappointing of our current educational standard. Plagiarism is considered as an academic sin by the universities all over the world. So this is the one has been given in Puducherry University. So based on the guideline of UGC. So whenever we are making any content, it may be writing for your research article or thesis, or it may be a book or book series, or it may be a video creation, or it may be image creation, whatever it may be. We have to be maintain our professional ethics. So that should be followed in our upcoming era, and we have to be dedicatedly work for quality of research in plagiarism. So another case, as per the UGC, we have to go with the quality experimental work. In that work, we have to be analyzed with the statistical report. That statistical report will not resemble with any of the published content. Okay. So when we go with this type of experimental work, we have a full awareness about our top to bottom of our article or any other document. So definitely we can go with 0% plagiarism in our content. Okay. So this is the deteriorating conditions given in the educational system, which is basically given by the Indian government under UGC. So all academicians and all researchers should be maintained this act. Let me go with some measures taken or need to be taken. So as per the government of India is planning to make a strict law to prevent the plagiarism in academics. Okay. So as a researchers, we are well aware about the all. So I have explained about the section 63 and then 57. So those two laws are well maintained whenever we will go with any of the content. And when we go with some other literatures also, we have to be um, know what is the content explained in that, and that should be remade by our own words. Since the wording issue also comes. So words also they may get the copyright. So we may reframe our sentence accordingly. Okay. So let me go with what is the basic conditions given according to the government of India. What are the measures are being taken? Let me see for preventing the plagiarism. The law will consist a provision for a warning to deregistration of student and dismissal of the teacher concerned. Okay, so this is one I have lively seen. Okay, so when the committee has been found anything in our content, it may have to deregistration also, or re-registration, or it may be dismissal of the teacher concerned. Okay, so we have to be very serious on it, and we have to be followed strictly. And second thing, people working for socio-economic and cultural development of the society facilities us with enormous inventions and creations which are making our life better and easier. So when we go with some societal or cultural development problems, so that should not be really affect to the social. Okay, so it should not be harmful anywhere. So that should be helpful to the society only. It should not be harmful to the society. So then only all the peoples will get that product with even if the cost is somewhat good, they everyone will purchase that content. Okay. And thirdly, we have to go with the need of ours is to encourage the inventor and the creator. So whenever the inventor and the creator are deliberately or dedicatedly working, we have to be give motivation or encouragement to them. Then only it may reach to some arrangement in the research. And at last is this work may be rewarded by suitable legal protection to strict law, otherwise the people working behind the scene for the development will be at loss. Okay, so even in a group, all that is suppose in a group 10 people are working, but few people only rewarded. Okay, where 8 people is not rewarded. Why? Uh, they they also supported, but the 2 people alone awarded in front. Okay, so this also get discouragement for all 8. Only 2 alone will get benefited. So this also should not happen. So these are the things has been action taken has been taken by government of India. So actually right now I have explained in detail about what is the plagiarism, what are the different types of plagiarism, and what is the significance and the consequence of the plagiarism. So let me have some small discussion of 1 or 2 minutes. I will give open to all right now. If you have any queries, you can ask. Then after I will go with the free plagiarism detection tool of e-learning professionals. Do you have any doubts or clarification? You can ask. It is open to all.
Dear participants, if you have any clarifications, you can put it in the chat box or you can unmute and talk.
Yes, sir, you can ask.
Yeah, please.
So I hope I will go with the next part. Okay, so the
Yes,
next
sir, we'll
part,
proceed.
yes. Let me go with the plagiarism detection tool. So there are plenty of tools. As of now, 2020 updates, there are some 10 top tools are there. Some tools are free and some tools are it is a chargeable. Some university plan is there, and then for individuals also we can get it. So in all plans, it has been chargeable. So the first, the plagiarism tool is nothing but a duplicate checker. So duplicate checker is one of the tool. It can be most effectively used for plagiarism detector on the online or internet. We can give our content. Okay, we can give our content. Can see the pros and the cons. So it is a free of charge and ease of use and two-way to check off the plagiarism. Okay, so but the thing limitation is that we have to give a limited words only at a time in a duplicate checker. And if we subscribe fully and if we get a licensing of that, we can go with the maximal content to check plagiarism in our document, and it is very easy to function and easily everyone can use. Okay, duplicate checker is enable you to either copy or paste your text in the field and then check it for the plagiarism, or upload a doc or text file from your computer. Okay, so for that we have to do some sign up, and we have to create our user ID password, and we have to purchase that thing for per day. They may give some charges, and we have to utilize. Okay, and the con is that we can search per day for unregistered user. For unregistered user, one day only this can be useful duplicate checker. If we go with another day, that cache address will be registered in your IP address and it cannot be come again and again. So this is the disadvantage in this tool. So come to the next one called as the copy leak. Copy leak is a cloud-based authentication platform. This is also to find out what is the e-learning content plagiarism is available in your document. So what are the pros and cons that we see? So the pros is it can be used only to the school students and the universities. Beyond that, we cannot use. Okay, this is one of the advantage. But when you go with some other purpose for copy leaks, we cannot be used. Okay, and cons is that unfortunately you need to create an account for free first in order to search for plagiarized e-learning content. So only 10 pages will be allowed for free. So beyond to the next page or 11th page, it may be chargeable. So it may the subscription charge also given as per that. Per month, 2,500 words will be allowed for checking in this copy leak tool. If you want subscribe per month, it is 999 only this dollar. Okay, so this can be subscribed for per month only. It can be go up to 25,000 words. Okay, and for educational package, if you can see it, it may be comes up to $10. Okay. So according to our application, it may be changed. So come to the third tool called paper rater. Over 140 countries, this paper rater has been used. Maybe I don't know how many of them using this paper rater, I don't know. But this is also one of the plagiarism detector tool. So here some pros and cons are there. So one is the proofreader, grammar check, vocabulary builder, plagiarism check can be done, and it can be used by the industry experts, and it can recognize very fast. Okay, recognize the plagiarism content very fast. And the cons are no ability to save the reports, and you can see per month the subscription charge is $7.95. Per year it is $95.4 per year. This is the subscription charge for to use this paper rater. Let me go with the fourth type of the tool called plagiarism. Okay, this is another tool. This tool mainly it is easy to use. It is a basic version, and it is also multi-purpose plagiarism detector tool. It can be adopted with academicians and researchers. Pros and cons you can see here. 190 languages can be supported, and it also checked by your URL online or else by uploading your file. It may be in a different forms of your file has been given, and it can be only extension with the Firefox or also Chrome tool. Okay, whereas the cons are the limited plagiarism check per day, and this also have some plans are there. Per day, $5 has been used for 100 search. Okay, for 100 search. If it is an unlimited search, we can go with the $25 or $30 as a subscription charge for 3 or 6 months. So according to our need, we can do the subscription of plagiarism. Okay. The fifth type of tool is nothing but the plagiarism checker. The plagiarism checker is the user-friendly tool. It is also the online tool detector. If we want offline tool also, we can take that exe file and we can install in our desktop or else laptop. It is also a free plagiarism tool, but when we want the maximal document checking, we have to go with a subscription and subscription charge. Okay, so here also some pros and cons are there. You can look into it. So the sixth type of tool is nothing but a plagium. Okay, plagium. It is also a free plagiarism tool with a different level of search. So this is also another platform. So you can go with when we want the full document check, the subscription charge will be differs. Okay, so just look into it. This is for your reference. So all academicians and researchers, you should know what all the plagiarism tools are there. I'm quickly running these slides. I'm not going with all tools since almost the explanations will be the same. All detecting the plagiarism only. Just look these tools. Okay. I will run through this plagiarism in design. As of now, I have complete what is meant by the plagiarism. So right now, you know the awareness how to maintain the plagiarism in your documents, and how come, what are all the significance consequences are there, and what is the act are there, basic laws are there, and we have come up with the basic uh, top 10 plagiarism detector tool. Let me go with this thing. I will share this video to you. Ma'am, is it the audio of the video is clear?
So video is running, audio, I think it's very feeble, sir. Other participants?
Is it okay, ma'am?
It is not. No, we couldn't hear.
So it's not audible, sir. Very feeble.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. In this video, just the statistical report I like to share. So if audio is not there, no issue. I will explain after the video runs.
Okay.
I hope my video is seen by everyone. Actually, in this video, it says about plagiarism across the globe. So, um, is it visible? My slide is visible now.
Not yet, sir. Yes, sir. Now it's usable.
Yes, yes. Actually, I have shown the video. It is related to the content which is across the world, across the world. So we may think that the plagiarism is only in the document. It is also in all the social medias like Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Everything have the plagiarism. Okay. But it is not. Uh, it is not ethically good. Okay, but anyway, everything is published, and it is not problem to anyone else. Okay. In this, they have given some statistical details. You may check the value in each and every case, what all the plagiarism levels are there, and that may be significantly applied in day to day, and every researchers are try to overcome on that also. Okay, they have to show their novelty in their work. So they may develop with some different materials method. They may go with some other algorithm or some other concept, etc., etc. So I hope the content is very useful for you. It is we should not think alone only with the research article. Beyond that, there are many things are happening. Okay. I am going to show with some 3 use cases. You can see the 10% similarity index, 30% similarity index, and greater than 50% similarity index. So the similarity index is nothing but your plagiarism. So it can be done with any of the software tool like Turnitin, or else some plagiarism tools, and I have shown right now before. There are many tools are available. You can get some subscription. It may be comes for individuals or else institute. So you have to subscribe and it can be utilized. So once you do plagiarism check for one article, it should not be do many times, or otherwise the content will be stored in the cloud, and that can be reflect as the self plagiarism in your same document itself. Okay, I will show with the one by one the 10% similarity index. Is it visible? My one of the case I am showing. So this is one of the research article. Is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, it's visible, sir.
Yeah. This is one of the research article which has been checked in the Turnitin software. At last of the research, the originality report has been generated. It shows that 10%. So the 10%, how it can be divided? You can see the 4% from the internet source, 9% from publication, and 1% from student paper. So as a serial number here, the primary source they have given, and from each source, how many percentage has been copied. It has been given in neat, you can see. So those colors which is highlighted here has been highlighted inside the content also. You can see some content with the pink color, and some content highlighted in blue color. Okay, so those things has been, can see the k-mean clustering, k-median clustering. Okay, these are the technical terms. We cannot re-alter it, but the sentence we should definitely alter. And even if we, this is a research article, so we can able to reframe the sentence. When we go for the same to the patent, they will check with the idea whether the idea is unique or not. So those things you have to be checked. Okay, let me go with the 30% similarity index. 30% similarity index. So this is for your reference. I have checked my few of the papers. For example, I'm not showing with the login since it take time. So we get into the login, and I have to upload the paper. Then it will take time from 5 to 10 minutes time to generate the report. You can see it is comes near to 30. Okay, 30%. I have given 30%. It is somewhat moderate, but we have to minimize still. This 12% and all more, 6% and all more. Okay, so we have to be reduce the level of plagiarism. Okay, so this particular content should be a plagiarism. Okay, this already one paper, this 12%. It is also a big amount of value. It has been get plagiarism. So through this thing only we have to be find out, and we have to reduce our plagiarism in our paper writing. Okay, and here you see there are plenty of highlights are there compared to the first work. You can see the second and the third. Okay, that is more than 50% plagiarism and 30% plagiarism have the maximal amount of different colors has been highlighted. Okay, which means that more amount you can see 61%. So these things should not be communicated without reducing, or otherwise in first attempt or second attempt itself it should be get plagiarized. So at beginning madam also asked one question that what is the maintaining of the plagiarism. So definitely we should be plagiarism free in our content. That is below 10% is good. So whenever we are going with any of the scientific paper, we have to be maintain the that is minimal percentage, and that will provide us the good reputation. Since that paper once come to the online, all readers will read our paper. So we have to give good opinion about ourselves. So if some X person, some you itself have one thought that some person have taken and they published in some local journals. So it not have that much results also. Their paper writing is also very poor, and it could not be able to understand what they have concluded. Okay, that is very wrong aspect. For namesake, they are doing the research and they are publishing. So that thing should not be followed as a profession. So we are in the academician, all are in academical society. We have to be follow the proper ethical system and properly follow the plagiarism level in our scientific paper. The few tips I will give to our academician friends and researchers. Avoid copying when you take notes. Use your own words or idea. And when taking the notes, make sure you write down the full reference of the source, including the page numbers. Keep track of citations, full reference, page numbers, quotations. Write the first draft without notes. When in doubt, cite. Okay, take advice. Okay, so we have to be. There are so many experienced persons are there. So nowadays, the people that is new researchers or else they think that we not get any support from the seniors, and they are doing their own. We have to get support from the seniors. When seniors has did their research, how they did their research in that year, and we have to get their ideas and fullest support, and we have to deliberately work. So these things have to be properly done. Okay, without any guidance, we cannot go with the proper research writing. So this is for your to use some of the useful links I have given. It may be used to know about the research to avoiding the plagiarism in your document. I hope this session is really useful. If you have any doubts or clarification, you can ask. It is open to you. And also, I thank to the organizer to given such a wonderful opportunity. So it is open to all audience. If you have any queries or doubts, you can ask. Ma'am,
Yes, sir.
yes,
Dear
ma'am.
participants, kindly mute your mic.
So if you have any further doubts or any queries, you can contact me personally also. This is my mail ID. This is my mobile number. It's a WhatsApp number. This is my official email ID. You can connect me at my Google Scholar page also by putting my name in Google.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Yes, sir. You can ask, sir.
Sir, actually, you have mentioned top 10 plagiarism checker.
Yes, sir.
So, out of the top 10 plagiarism, there is one plagiarism checker which is called as Urkund.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But nowadays, UGC itself, they are recommending scholars to check your thesis on plagiarism, to check your thesis of plagiarism in Urkund. So,
yes,
what
sir,
is your opinion about that plagiarism checker, Urkund?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As UGC told, Urkund is a good tool. I am also using the Urkund in our university. I am having the user ID password. Actually, I have this. From the last 10 years before it. That is from 2010 itself, it is available. It is the thing which I have presented is the top 10 updated from 2020 only. But Urkund is the very good tool. It can provide us the plagiarism content in our document. We can reduce the plagiarism in our research paper or journal or thesis.
Right, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Any other queries from our faculty friends?
Participants, kindly introduce yourself before asking questions.
Faculty friends, I'm available in all social medias. You can connect me anywhere, and you can see my research files. And if you have really interested, you can connect me.
So there's a question in the chat box. I think Divya Madam has asked, share the useful link about plagiarism. I think sir has shared, ma'am.
Yes, I have shared. I will share this PPT to the organizer so that they also share this thing, so you can use it.
Sure, sir.
Any other
With
questions?
no queries? Yeah. Yes, sir. If no queries, shall we wind up, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please. Subhatra ma'am, shall we wind up?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, sir, for your wonderful presentation. I now invite Suganya Sri, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, to present the vote of thanks.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, on and all present here. I deem it's a great honor and privilege to propose vote of thanks on this faculty development program of today's session on research topic, minimizing plagiarism. First, I express my gratitude to our management and our beloved principal ma'am, Dr. R. Premalata, for her constant support in all our activities. I take immense pleasure in extending my sincere thanks to our resource person, Dr.K.Martin Sagayam, Assistant Professor, Department of Electronics and Communications Engineering, Karunya Institute of Technology and Science, Coimbatore. Sir, you have explained interesting and informative way in research minimizing plagiarism, and it was really useful for session for all of us in this forum. Thank you, sir, and extend my heartfelt thanks to head of the departments, faculties, and all the participants from various colleges of different dignitaries for your active participation. Once again, I thank everyone for your kind attention, which made the day a grand success. Thank you all. Thank you, sir. We are highly obliged.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you once again for Uma Devi ma'am for giving a wonderful opportunity in this occasion. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It is our pleasure to have you in this afternoon session. So thank you so much, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, I'll get back to you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Ma'am, shall I hang up the meeting?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Really.
Yes, yes. Thank you, ma'am.
Dear participants, feedback link is